everybody, and welcome to the Right Reality Podcast. My name is Steven.
And I am Mixie. We are here to recap episode 4 of the Challenge World Championship, World on Fire.
My life is on fire watching this show. I'm just feeling everything burn to the ground. I don't want to be one of those cynical reviewers, but honestly, something's got to change really quick because I'm starting to check out on this show.
Yeah. It was yet another rough watch. I will say it was better than last episode in my opinion, but barely. The only common denominator that I seem to be finding between the last season that we felt this way and this season seems to be a particular individual that makes me want to gouge my eyeballs out. So it's just kind of crazy how those two things add up. Just thought I'd point that out there. Anyways, yeah, not a good episode.
Just randomly, that just happened to come to the top of your mind.
Yeah, just, it's not like I think about her constantly and enrage myself. I would never do anything like that. But yeah, I just thought I'd point that out there because that's the only connection I can find between the two seasons.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate you doing the job of coming in and, just giving your opinion, giving your thoughts, just, straight from the hip, straight shooter you are.
Well, absolutely. I mean, this episode made me sad that it counted as an episode. We finally got a hallway and there was no glory holes in it. So I honestly felt like that was a personal attack.
It was.
I mean, just drill a couple holes in the hallway. Make me feel better.
How is that not the first thought they have? Is
easy fix.
The Right Reality has always been dead on with all of their takes. And the glory hole hallway was the only good thing about the Challenge USA. And we're not even having that. We even lose TJ at the end of this episode, rightfully so he can go collect his Hall of Fame award and be inducted into the BMX Hall of Fame. Also, how was he not already in there, first of all?
That blew my mind, too. He will now be referred to as Mr. Hall of Fame TJ.
Instead of BMX Legend, Hall of Fame BMX Legend?
Mr. BMX Legend, Hall of Fame TJ.
I like that. It just rolls right off the top.
Right off.
No way that can get screwed up. You know what? They'll just put an infographic up when it's on there so we all understand a little bit more about it.
Well, they clearly bumped up the budget for the graphics team and toned down the budget for actually being entertaining. So,
well, here's what happened. I would like to refer to this episode as the college essay that you needed to write 5 pages and 1,000 words. And you came up with 3 pages and like 700 words. So what they did was just jam a whole bunch. They tried to change the margin size. They went like 1.2 space, to try to make it a little bit bigger so it fills the page more. Because it was just a reach at every part of this. And the reason I know that is the best part of this episode was the Gates of Hell. The Gates of Hell is one of the most interesting new dailies I have ever seen. I love it so much. And it was over within like 7 minutes, I feel like. 7 minutes of this episode was the best part of the episode. And also, we go from 13 teams to 3. No. I didn't like that.
Were you able to tell that because of the graphics? Because if they didn't have round 1 graphics with absolutely everyone, and then round 2 graphics with absolutely everyone, would we have known that it cut down to 3 teams by round 3?
See, I'm disappointed that you even have to ask me that. Of course I would not have known. How would I have known? The only way I would have known is I would have seen the most confusing graphic twice. Because I saw it the first time, I go, oh, are they doing this in different rounds? Or certain people going? And then I go, I think that's everybody, but I'm not sure. And then everybody is running, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, it is everyone. And then they put the graphic up again. I go, oh, they screwed up. They put the graphic in twice. And then I was like, are they telling us that everybody got through? I just saw that with my own eyeballs.
It's impressive, this show. The way that they show us graphics that mean absolutely no sense, but don't give us graphics of things that we actually need help with. It's so impressive to me. It really is.
It's absolutely correct. And I appreciate that you appreciate them for doing that and you acknowledge them as a good person should.
It's just funny because it's not like they're just not doing graphics.
Yeah.
They're doing graphics,
Yeah.
so I can't be mad at them for that. But the graphics they're giving us are shit. Like, give us no information that we can't see right in front of our face.
As we're talking about graphics, now, do I like the graphic? Do I think the graphic looks really cool and exciting for when they're talking about each team as they're about to come into the elimination floor and they're all standing there in front of this giant, like LED screen with all their like videos playing on it?
Okay, I'm glad you're bringing this up.
I love that thing.
Okay.
Does it feel completely out of place on this television program? Like I'm watching the World Baseball Classic or the World Series or the Super Bowl? Yes, it does.
Okay, amen. It does. It seems like one of those terrible intros that they do for the Super Bowl. How do you feel about this? Because we have Mr. TJ not saying previously on, by the way. He doesn't. He just goes right into it.
Well, that's also another shot. That's a shot against us again,
Totally,
yet again.
Totally.
Shot against us and wanting us to. The best part of the past couple seasons has been previously on, and nobody can tell me otherwise.
It's a highlight for me. And now there's this like weird recap that Mr. TJ clearly does
Excuse
VO
me?
on, but then
Who?
he's also Mr. Hall of Fame BMX legend TJ. He clearly is doing VO, but then at some point he's like standing at the next daily. He was wearing that white shirt with the flower sleeves, and then that was part of it. I'm like, how are they having him say part of it when it's still being edited? What is happening? And then they go into that whole like 3-minute sizzle reel of them like giving their mean mugs with like their backs would turn to each other. I mean, it's got to be about a 5-minute intro.
Again, it's your 5-page college essay, and they are just filling as much as possible.
Do you think that they did this intentionally from the beginning? And do you think that this is like a sign that they have to fill time for the rest of these episodes, so they made this intro?
No, this was, let's shoot this. We think this will be a really good idea. We'll have it if we need it. And then they desperately needed it. And they were like, good thing we have it. Good thing we have it. Because I think they're looking at the storylines coming out of here, and they're like, we don't know what to do. Now, again, we're only dealing with an hour episode, but the best 2 parts of this are usually the daily and the elimination, and it felt kind of lost on me. The elimination was its normal thing. It was written all over the walls before we even started. It was definitely Naya. It was always going to be Naya. Naya gave a sob story. She had a vaping PSA. By the way, have you texted 88709 yet, Mixie? Have you texted ditch vape to 88709, or did you visit thetruth.com? Not that this is again a personal attack at you, who definitely does not vape.
I don't vape, but if I did vape,
yes,
and I had a problem,
right? I mean,
I would. But I don't have. I don't own a vape. I actually don't even have it next to me because I'm not addicted.
Because you don't have a vape, so it's not next to you.
Exactly. Because I can't grab one because I don't have one because it's not next to me.
Yeah.
And so therefore, and I also, to the court, I also don't. I'm not addicted. So again, if I.
You know who says I'm not addicted? Addicts. Addicts.
How would you
I'm
like
not
me
addicted.
to listen? Am I addicted to marijuana? You bet your bottom fucking dollar I am. And I'll sit here all day. But you know what I'm not addicted to is vaping. Because I don't have one, so how could I be?
I hear you saying, I don't vape.
Did you text them as a friend?
I did. I said,
some-
listen, if there's somebody you would like to reach out to, here is the phone number. I am texting ditch vape to 88709 for someone else. Can I do that? Can I report someone who is not addicted because they don't have a vape? I did that. So,
okay, you did do that. That's good.
Yeah, and I visited thetruth.com for you.
Oh, okay. Are you planning an intervention?
No, that's too much of my time to do that. Yeah.
Okay, well that's nice. You know what else was nice? I wasn't expecting this, but out of nowhere, we got a fucking cake shot of Miss Jody.
I knew it.
Running up the stairs.
Yes, I got
she
one.
got this week.
I got it.
Ass of the week. Ass of the week.
I knew it, and I am so happy.
Way to go.
Look at me. I've learned and grown.
Hotties, did you get it? Let me know. I almost gave it to Wes for that unnecessary cartwheel he did in the middle of the hallway that didn't have any glory holes in it, but I did not. Jody's was a present for me. They knew that I was struggling in the past few weeks, and so they gave me that.
Hey, they aim to please on this show. Only when it comes to asses.
Do they?
When it comes to asses. When it comes to asses, and also when it comes to something else, because Mixie, last week I had some eye candy. Getting out of the pool, giant fake boobs, just right to camera. But this week, I feel the ladies and some of the gentlemen got some eye candy this week with Jordan getting out of the pool with a little bolt situation going on. And he gets this week's Dick of the Week. Bum, 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 bum. We don't have a sounder for that. I just made that up.
Oh my God, I need you to make a Dick of the Week sounder. If I have an ass of the week and you have a Dick of the Week, that'd be amazing.
Well, you know, we aim to please. Unlike the show, we aim to please here. But I was
that
like,
we do.
It's like the ladies of the challenge, like shirtless Jordan getting out with those little like European swim trunks on. Congratulations, everybody.
Shorty shorts. I liked them.
Is that a style you like in general?
Jordan, yeah.
The European short.
No, I would smash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
For sure. There was a part in this episode that really seemed out of place to me. I'm assuming they're trying to set up that Wes is annoying. Whole like, sorry that he's talking to who knows how this conversation started. He's talking to these people about his business. He's very passionate about it. We know that.
Yeah.
You interviewed him about it as well. Like, he's passionate about it. And for some reason now Kiki's husband is teaming up with Crapbag to take Wes out with no power between the two of them. Why?
Something is afoot. I don't like it. Something is afoot.
Yeah, Sarah's still here and I'm pissed about it.
I need this to be the discussion in the hotties this week. So feel free after you listen to this, or when you see somebody else's post after they've listened to this. I need people's feelings on why they believe this whole Legends versus MVPs thing is going down. Because this is the second episode where Danny, along with others, are saying Jordan and Wes need to go. Now, in that conversation, Johnny Bananas' names is not being mentioned.
Which doesn't make sense to me again.
Now, is that because he's tied to Justine, who's your friend, who's also on Team USA? Is that why? Because that would strike me as an obvious decision why. And Jordan and Wes are not on Team USA. Also, still don't know if we're doing Teams USA, Australia. It's just happening, right? That was never told that you were competing against your countries. It was never brought up.
In the graphic.
That's true. Yeah, it was true.
It was in the graphic, Steven.
So Danny's like, I can't trust Tori to be my number one.
Which makes no sense.
Not really. You're her partner, and you do what she does, and she does what you do. And if you think she's going to... I don't see how he thinks she can protect him, Jordan, over...
Yeah, more than she can protect Kiki's husband.
Yeah. Because it's not like she can vote Kiki's husband in at all. But he's concerned as if she could do something like that. And that does not make any sense. Which, again, tells me very specifically, these people are just not wanting to go against the best. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. There's been a lot of times where some of these people have said, I want to play against the best of the best.
Yeah.
And now they're like, oh, we got to get out Wes and Jordan because if they get it to a final. Yeah, I've been saying that for fucking years on this show. Mm-hmm. But Sarah at the end very specifically says the following. The Legends and the MVPs are playing a different game. Mixie, I need you to help me because obviously I'm very lost. And obviously it's just because I'm not paying attention. Because it has to be very obvious for somebody to say
in the graphics.
Oh, it's in the graphic. Because I was like, what game are they playing? Because I've obviously missed this. And it's just very, very clear. So obviously you know, and obviously all the hotties know what the different games are. Would you like to tell me?
So yeah, the whole thing is a facade. Oh. So they're pretending like it's countries. And I also hate referring to them as MVPs because Sarah fucking sucks dick.
We get it.
And I can't get it out of my mouth. So Sarah and the MVPs
nice.
they are being told that they're teamed up with the Legends, but they're actually not. And there's like a second layer to this game that will be revealed later.
Illuminati? Is this an Illuminati thing? A New World Order thing?
Yes. Sarah and Kiki's husband know, but nobody else knows.
Wow.
And that's why Kiki's husband is scared of Tori, and that's why Sarah fucking sucks.
Oh my God, it makes so much sense. It's just the Illuminati.
Yeah.
You know, it's the Illuminati. It's the mainstream media just trying to feed us all of these ideas that are not
it's
true.
It's the supply chain.
Oh, it's definitely a supply chain issue, right?
Yeah.
And it's just the free market. Right, that's another good one. Banks and liquidity issues.
Yes, absolutely. Mortgages,
IPOs. It's
taxes.
It's all subpoenas.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We're just Listen, we unraveled this and we weren't even in the conspiracy corner. We're just on our game.
It's in the graphics. It's all in the graphics.
You're so right. It's in the. You know what? I bet you if I put on some 3D glasses, right? Like those like new like Meta VR headsets things.
Yeah.
And I watch this show, I watch a different show. I watch the Illuminati version, right?
There's just triangles everywhere.
Yeah, it's just a whole bunch of triangles, and one of them says bananas, and one of them says West, and they're like in Jordan, and they're all like striking down the MVPs.
And in the middle, it says Mr. BMX Legend Hall of Fame. TJ. Yeah. Absolutely.
Great. I'm so glad we got this sorted because I was just lost. I was like, this doesn't make any sense. Not that what Sarah would say wouldn't make any sense or not like track at all.
She's so smart and good and awesome. I love watching her. She's so great.
I was sitting there and I was like, well, if you're playing different games, I mean, you have a legend allegedly on your team, so technically. On your own team, you're playing a different game. Wow.
Didn't she say something like, we're going to play stupid for a while and then we're going to strike. And I just sat there and I was like, you're not playing stupid. You are stupid. I fucking hate you, you dumb bitch.
I fully believe this is twofold. One, Danny and Ben have realized that they have a better chance of winning if Jordan and Wes are not there. Now let's just say it as it is, because I agree with that. They have a much better chance of winning if Jordan and Wes are not there, because you know what will not happen? Jordan and Wes will not give up like everybody else did on your season of Challenge USA. I'm cold. I can't do a Sudoku puzzle. I give up.
I had to eat an onion. Wah!
This is so hard. I'm so cold. I'm wet and cold. Oh, my God. How awful. So they won't do that. So they have decided, it's probably beneficial for us to win $500,000 if they're gone. Say that. Say that. And Sarah is going, they're going to play a different game than us. Basically, Sarah has looked around and has also talked to Kellyanne.
Great decision there.
It seems like Kellyanne is the only legend talking to her, it seemed like. And so I think she looks around and she goes, okay, once Argentina is gone and Kellyanne and Tristan are gone, it is me and Theo. We are the lowest person on this totem pole.
I wish that they were higher up on that low totem pole so they could be out sooner.
And then Amber B, and then you just work your way up, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what she sees, and she's right to see that. But let's not say this is a different game, right? Her strategy is we have to get out the people who are definitely going to vote for me, which, correct me if I'm wrong, is the same game everyone plays every single season of this goddamn show.
No, she's a genius. She has started a brand new way of playing. She knows so much. She should be an MVP, and she definitely won the Challenge USA and wasn't just handed it because she was the only one that didn't quit. That is not what happened. Okay? I will say I am very upset that Naya and What's-His-Face are gone because they are the only ones that 2 weeks in a row voted for Sarah and Theo.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
And I was very upset about that because, man, was it a bright light every time they went to vote. And Sarah and Theo were thrown in for absolutely no reason. I missed that.
Theo was just smiling. He's like, I'm Theo, whatever. And Sarah's just like, I will hunt you down and murder your dog.
She's the worst, man. God fucking damn it. I hate her. I'm excited because Bananas clearly sees it. He said something like, I feel like Sarah and Kiki's husband are plotting against us. And I was like, yes, Bananas, take her ass down. I will be thrilled through the ceiling if Bananas is the one that gets rid of her. I want it to be West, but Bananas can be second place of getting rid of Sarah.
Because at the end of this, it's not, you're not going to win. Like if Team USA gets to the end with 3 teams, they're not all splitting that money. They'll still have to run together.
Are they?
I would assume so. They're not going to give all these teams that money.
You think that they run the final as their country?
No. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying like if Bananas and Justine and Kiki's husband and Tori and Ben and whoever Ben is with, I completely forget.
Greaseback Bum Babe.
How dare you? If they all get to the final, it's not that they run that as a team, like on the Battle of the Seasons. They're not all running that collectively as a team of 6. They're still running that as individual pairs. So it doesn't matter to protect your own country. Because more so than anything else, it should be the alliances. And I feel, as I'm sure most people do, that the alliances of the MVP, the legends, are what control this game. And that's why Sarah is concerned, because she feels like she's going to be one of the low people out. I don't see why Kiki's husband thinks that, because I feel like Tori's pretty high up on that list too.
Mm-hmm. I think Sarah is a disease that snuck into Kiki's husband's
brain hole,
fucking bloodstream, and now is brainwashing him. I also would like to note, I think it's fucking hilarious that you forgot Greaseback Bum Babe was on the show. So did everybody else.
Yeah, that happens sometimes, you know? She just kind of disappears into the background. Disappears into the background.
Did you have anything to talk about during the daily? I know you said you liked it. It was a daily. I enjoyed it. It just kind of was like, if you're there in South Africa doing like with all of these beautiful scenery, why is this the place you decide to go into an abandoned warehouse and run down a hallway?
Yeah,
again with no glory holes.
Obviously, I really liked it. I want to see this again. Mm-hmm. However, they need to kind of change, at least to me, how many teams get through each time, because we went from 12 to 3. So I don't really know logistically how that happens.
Yeah.
But maybe it's the last team to get through. That way each time there's like people trying to shove everybody out, and then you just get to lower and lower things. Mm-hmm. Because I thought that was going to be cool. I was like, oh, this will be fun. And then we had like 2 runs of everybody going. with everybody
Yeah.
piling out, which looked really cool. But
It did.
yeah, it kind of didn't work for me that way. But I let me tell you, there is somebody who is sneaking up on my hotness scale.
Oh, yeah?
Any guesses who this person might be? It's Zara. Zara, who is Wes's partner, is getting sneaky hot for me.
Yeah, I mean, I said it from day one. I believe that I smashed and I said a small family could take a nice nap on her lips. And I still stand by that. Zaza is super hot. I love her. I think she's great. I think her and Wes are going to do really well. I think they're guaranteed to go to the final, in my opinion.
Her little, like, I can be a little feisty when I want to be. And then she was like pushing Tori and like holding Tori back and almost like took her legs out. I was like, let's go. Obviously, I'd like to see Tori win, but I mean, why not?
I really, you know that this person is good when Mr. TJ goes out of his way. I'm sorry, Mr. BMX legend, Hall of Famer TJ
There you go.
goes out of his way to mention how, like, something positive about that person. And he was like, this girl is fast. And I was like, she must be a fucking, like, leopard.
Lightning
like,
bolt.
my gosh. If he's making a comment on it, it's got to be good.
She's got to be real quick.
Yeah.
They don't just throw that in there for fun.
No, you don't. I mean, unless you have to throw in some random B-roll because you're trying to fill a full episode with when absolutely nothing happened, that could possibly be it. Maybe also throw in some graphics that are there for a solid couple of seconds that add absolutely zero value whatsoever. But again, I'm just guessing, and I would never say that that's what they're doing.
No. I don't see how that could be something they would do. I mean, it's not like I gave the editor last week a lot of props. I mean, at first, I was very happy. He gave me the girl coming out of the pool. Can't think of her name right now with the big fake boobs. Enjoyed that.
Kiki.
Yeah, Kiki. And then he disappointed me. He, she, they, or them disappointed me later by showing me Sarah during the middle of a conversation between John A. and Kellyanne, who both were remarkably quiet in this episode after this whole thing last week.
I'm just glad we wasted an entire episode on that because that was definitely worth the build up.
So
for sure.
I started praising the editor, finished with not liking the editor. This week, didn't like the editor. Why? Why? Great question. Love to tell you. There was a certain point where we hadn't seen Sarah yet. And we were just going. And now everybody's getting ready to go to the daily. And they show her getting dressed. And her shirt was like right at her nip line. And it was come down. I was like, America doesn't need to see this.
Anybody else. Literally show me that clip for anybody else.
America doesn't need this right now, please.
We're going through enough at this point. Our banks are collapsing. Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow? And you fucking show me Sarah getting dressed?
Didn't really feel like what I needed to see in that moment. Wasn't what I really needed in that moment.
In my opinion, they did save it slightly by showing Wes parkouring twice for absolutely no reason. One in complete slow-mo again, not to add or buy time to make sure that they hit their time quota on this episode. That was pretty much the only redeeming quality from the editor, in my opinion. The edit of the elimination was also kind of confusing to me as well.
Kind of. Did you watch it or did you black out? It was obviously confusing. I had no idea what was going on. Apparently, this took 2 hours. This looked like it would take 20 minutes. 2 hours? What happened?
Finally, a graphic that gave me some information that I didn't know that I was happy to have. 2 hours? Taking oil up and down a fucking ramp?
Was it completely empty when you started this whole thing?
It must have been.
What a terrible design of elimination. I will say, this entire episode, I was like, you guys should not be throwing Jordan in. I think this is a terrible idea to throw him in this early because he's going to go in and then this whole slow game that they're playing, all of a sudden Argentina and Kellyanne and Tristan become very safe because now the mission is to get you out right away. And any numbers that you may have are going to be isolated just like that. And if you're going to put Jordan into an elimination, you got to know he's going in against somebody who probably has a really good chance of winning.
Yes, that's the part I feel like they are not thinking about.
Of course they're not thinking about it.
This is the same thing that John A. did, too. Like, John A.'s going to throw Kellyanne in to get rid of her against Nelson and Huhui. Like, you can't guarantee that they're going to beat them. I agree. And, like, okay, we have Naya and what's his name? Rodrigo, who has a bum-ass knee. That's, like, the only thing I know about the guy is he can dance and he's got a bum-ass knee. And you're going to put Jordan and Kaz in against them?
What a stupid idea. What a stupid idea. And this is why
I wanted to do it so that Sarah can get the fuck out of here faster.
Now, looking back at that elimination, however, might have been the one to do it. Climbing up with a rope. Now, I'm sure Jordan would have beasted this and figured out a way up this very steep ramp. You know, pulling with one arm, and the Kaz would have just destroyed it with her glorious legs, which have wrapped around my head and just suffocated me. Glorious end to my life.
Air horns.
But not the right idea. You can't do that. Now, if you know somebody like Johnny or Wes happens to go in there because they shit the bed on a daily, throw them in.
Absolutely.
Throw them in. But not against Naya and bum chef leg guy who's 55 years old or something like that.
I want them to do it. I want them to do it so that they turn around and fucking guns blazing knock out Sarah. Because Sarah's going to be too stupid to fucking shut her mouth. She's going to go around and tell everybody that she's doing it. She's going to fucking stand there at the elimination and be like, he with their stupid little fucking smirk. Yeah. And they're going to turn right around and come after her. That's all I want.
And I would love to see it as well. I'd love to see it as well. Other than that, the elimination took a long time. I had no idea of the progress of the people. Shout out to the cameraman and the camera that got absolutely doused with oil. But he's just trying to do his job. And then he just got destroyed by the guy coming down. That's a write-off. That's definitely a write-off.
That's a write-off.
I got oil all over my lens. Write it off. Get some lens wipes out. Take care of it. And get back on your feet and start filming again. I didn't mind this, but there's no way for me to know the progress because I was like, all right, they have 2 buckets. And then all of a sudden there was like 4 buckets. So it's like, were there always 4 buckets? Or did they go, okay, this is taking way too long to figure out?
And then like Benji was saying something about like their plan was that he was going to fill the buckets or Jody was going to fill the buckets and he was going to meet her halfway. But then all of a sudden the next clip is literally him falling down the ramp with an entire bucket of oil. I'm like, I thought you were staying at the top. What is going on?
This whole thing was a mess. This is kind of what happens when you get a whole bunch of new people into this game is it becomes kind of so weird. And unless they're all new, like on Challenge USA or on all these other ones, it doesn't really makes sense, but when you put them together with like the flagship people, it feels like the seniors at high school have to take a freshman to prom or something like that. It's just
read a book to a freshman.
Yeah, it's just a really weird situation.
Yeah, it's rough. I am hopeful that things will get better here. I just want them to go after Sarah mark my words, everyone. The day Sarah's ass gets eliminated, I'm popping bottles. We're shooting confetti off. We're having a goddamn party at the right reality. Yeah. Because fuck this bitch. I cannot wait. And no, I will not stop talking about this. I will not. Absolutely no one has disagreed with me, and that is because we're all right.
Always truth.
Hate her for a reason. Fuck her. I can't wait for her to leave. I have nothing else to talk about in this episode, so that's it for me.
The last thing I'm going to say, and this was before we realized Mr. TJ was not Mr. TJ, Hall of Fame BMX legend, Mr. TJ, who may or may not handle on as a side hustle. He said at the beginning, there's only 13 teams left. Well, we started with 14, if memory serves me correct. So going down one, Tej, doesn't really make the term only come into play. And if I said I only have 13 days of work left, some people might go, that's a lot of days of work left. You don't usually only until you're like, I only have 3 days of work left. Oh, that makes sense. 13 with teams is still, as Mixie always says, way too many fucking people.
Way too many fucking people. You definitely can't sit there and say only 13 teams.
Listen, the way to do this was just to do what they did in Battle of the Seasons, and each week a team goes in, and then 2 people from that team have to go in. That was the better way of doing this. That was easily the better way of doing this. I think they just forgot to tell the people this is what we were going to do, and then by then it was too late. They're like, "Oh fuck, did we tell them we were going to?" No, we didn't. We didn't. Oh.
Well, they also didn't tell us. Are we fighting as countries together? Are we not? Like
literally nothing.
What is happening?
They're like, "Oh, here's a jersey." And they're like, "Hold on, I'm on Team USA." Hold on.
I'm from Britain. My name's Theo.
Oh, this is okay. This is strange. So, but that's it. That's it for this week, guys. We did see your messages on YouTube. Still not a lot of views, but you're asking for it at this point.
Guys, Steven works his ass off on these. Please watch
Thank you. I will also say, for those of you actually listening to this, thank you. We know it is a stark drop from the flagship to these shows on Paramount Plus in terms of our listens, which definitely means the ratings for them have to be much lower than they probably want them to be, everything considered. So if you're still listening, thank you very much. We do appreciate that. We will also say at this point, this is when you decide to join the hotties, because now we are 38 minutes into this podcast. This would be perfect time to roll off some hotties and some reviews. So if you know somebody who's not a hottie yet, sign them up. Link in the description. Sign them hot. Mixie will try to read their names out here. And we love a triple name. So if you're a triple name person, get on it.
Yeah, we would love that. We would love your reviews because Apple Podcasts has been sitting pretty stagnant. So make sure you do that. I have noticed that we're getting a lot of subscribers on YouTube. Fantastic. Continue to do that, or don't.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you what to do, but you could do it and it would be really nice.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I mean, yeah, that's it. Hotties has been great. You guys really should follow the link in the description and join. It's a good time.
Yeah, that's it. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Hopefully you guys are enjoying other shows on television at this point. And if you're enjoying something, let us know. Let us know in the hotties. We'll see you next week. Love you all. Bye.
Bye.